Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Once again, it's on. Ariana Ali back in full effect. Yes, yes. And today I want to discuss a topic. It's kind of, it's going to be two topics in one. And I'm going to try to keep it brief as possible. The main topic is 4 types of black people. I'm going to describe 4 different types of black people. Mainly, all of us seem to fit in all of these 4 categories. Specifically, black people in America. But it can be more abroad than that. And I also want to touch on something leading up to that. I'm going to preface it with this. Nas has a song called We Are Not Alone. Nasir Jones, a.k.a. Nas, rap legend. You know what I mean? Brother that's inspired me throughout my life and my career. Anyway, in the song We Are Not Alone, he says, quote, "Niggas never really seen paper in this world. American blacks, the teenager of this world. Give us 20 more years to grow up. Already geniuses. What I mean is this." Then he continued to rap, unquote, right? But he said, niggas never really seen paper in this world. American blacks, the teenager of this world. And to me, that lyric is profound. Even though he said it like 10 years ago, maybe a little over 10 years ago. It's more relevant today than when he said it back then. And I know what he means because as black people in America, we are the baby of the planet. But we are also, where the scripture says the last will be first and the first will be last. We're the original man and woman, so everything started with us. Isn't that interesting? So, in this time, you got people that's like late bloomers because we've been so deprived. We've been so underprivileged. We've been so brutalized, you know. The gifts that we have and our opportunities, our rights, etc. have been squandered so grossly that some of us have become late bloomers. So shout out to the late bloomers because sometimes you got to save the best for last. You know, like the main event, you know, at a boxing match or something, they have an undercard, right? They got a few fights before the main event. So sometimes as a late bloomer, you might be the main event. You might be, you know, the last one on the stage when it's all over with. You might close the show. They might say bravo. They might scream encore. You never know. But don't get caught up in thinking we have more time than we really do. You know, we're in the age of information where things are moving fast, as I said. And I'm going to try to keep this brief. And speaking of moving fast, we're in the age of information where things are moving fast, rapidly. You know what I mean? So we shouldn't strive to be late bloomers, is what I mean. So keep that in mind. You know what I mean? We never really saw real wealth. We never really had true opportunity to capital. And every time we got close, they either created infighting through infiltration or they flat out bombed us and ravaged us and came for blood. You know, we're living in a day where it's the end of society as we know it. It's changing. It's going, family. It's going. Big going. So, with that being said, I just wanted to touch on that and, you know, preface it. Shout out to you that may have got it a little late. You know, better late than never. But let's not stay there. You know what I mean? Sometimes we as black people suffer with arrested development and we never elevate to the higher level or the elevated places to really get the fullness of what it is that's ours. So back to the main topic. 4 types of black people, mainly in America. Type number 1, you already know. You got the house slave or the house nigga. Excuse the expression, but, you know, it's just real talk. These words are older than me. I didn't create the vulgarity. I'm just ciphering and chronicling, right? You got the house nigga. You got the field nigga, right? We know that. But we also have the black man or woman who is a free man or woman who wants to be a slave master themselves. Interesting. Interesting. Number 3 is very interesting. Then you have number 4. Save the best for last. You have the black man and woman that's free, whether mentally, physically, sovereignty speaking, sovereignty-wise, all of the above, etc. It starts with the mind. The shackles have to come off the brain first, right? You got the brothers and sisters, who are free black men and women, who want to see other brothers and sisters, all black people, free. deprived of depression, or rescued, however, of depression, made to where we don't have to suffer, made to where we don't have to go through the leftovers of society and go through, the scraps, the debris, the muck and the mire. We getting too accustomed to the struggle. We got too used to it. We making it look too cool. The struggle's gonna always be ordained. But we not supposed to stay on the same struggle, in the same level, fighting the same battle, having the same arguments, looking at the same lack of progress. I'm talking about collectively. If we as individuals make progress in our life, okay. But if we not collectively free, then none of us are really free. Huh? Can we cut it out? So, we gonna run through it. I'm gonna try to wrap this up, inshallah, very soon. I'm gonna be brief as possible. The house nigga. Those are your professionals. Those are the buffers. Those are the ones that sit between the oppressor and the people, or those being oppressed. So they have these token Negroes, it's nothing new, that they put in position. I'm talking about the dominant society, corporate America, white supremacy. They put these brothers and sisters in these positions to disrespect, disregard, undermine, and make it like, look, if you just do good like me, then you can get what I got. But they don't have nothing really. Fronting, faking, it's a facade. And they want us to go along. It's like they have dog feces on the plate. They're pouring syrup on it. And they're saying, welcome to IHOP. Welcome to Cracker Barrel. Yeah, you staring down the Crackers Barrel, all right, fool. Yeah, you, foolish. So you got these token brothers and sisters, huh? The American Negro, the professional, not all of them, but a great portion of you. You have these jobs and you think that because you work for them, that you're better than us. Whether it's because we're self-starters with the entrepreneurial spirit, whether it's because we're disenfranchised, or whether it's because we just, whatever, we might be struggling. Some of us might just not aspire to that. There are some brothers and sisters who are just lazy and they don't aspire for anything. But for those of us that are entrepreneurial, or for those of us that understand, yo, this ain't it, being plugged into this matrix, or at least it's not the most feasible way for me. How can you look at us like we're inadequate when you begging for a seat at the table and you ain't even in the front door? Can we be honest? You in the garage. You ain't, like, come on, man. Like, what are we? So you got these house Negroes, you know what I mean? They disrespect the rest of us. They think they're better than the rest of us. We already know about the madness and the nonsense of how colorism and featureism was implemented and then trumped up by the oppressor. And then we sing the chorus and ad-libs and songs better than anybody else. So now we've made this bigger than what it is. These divisions, these great divides. This goes back further than Booker T. Washington and W.E.B. Du Bois. But that's a good example. They told us Booker T. Washington was the house nigga in that equation. Interesting. Meaning the history books. They worded like he was the sellout. When, not to undermine the ancestor W.E.B. Du Bois, but he was the one that was more plugged in with the dominant society. Yeah. This is facts. And then when he came into the realization that he was being used and his God-gifted ability and brilliance was being undermined and used for destructive purposes against those he loved and represented, i.e. us black people, he separated. Huh? He separated. That brother was buried in Africa, I believe, according to the minister, if I remember that correctly. He went back to try to renovate and cultivate, help do his part in the motherland. After going back and retracting on certain things after he came into a greater understanding. But Booker T. Washington, in my opinion, and in a lot of our opinions, was the one written more so on the right side of history. They both were beautifully brilliant, great ancestors, great brothers, strong black men. We appreciate what they contributed on our journey, you know? But we not even about to participate or entertain that coon nigga, house nigga rhetoric. I'm not stepping fetch it. This ain't Amos and Andy. This ain't goddamn Jigaboo. This ain't none of that. We ain't doing none of that. So just because you sitting behind your desk, don't get it twisted. Because them white people put you there because they don't want to deal with me. That's why when they do deal with us, they don't really deal with us in a harsh way. Even if they are bigots or prejudiced or racist, discriminatory, and you know how they move about, they don't really deal with us. So when they see us as brief, you wouldn't even know they racist. You don't interact with them enough. But they got you there in their place to play the racist on their behalf. On their behalf. They got you playing the racist against your own people. That's foolery. Like, come on, man. Cut out the buffoonery. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. This coon-tastic, coonerific, man. Stop it. Stop. Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. It's ridiculous. So, I think the house Negro. Huh? You try to love them, but man, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. It just, it ain't. Some of them are outright enemies. Like, they flat like, yo. And eventually, we gonna have to bring them to task. On whatever level. Moving on. Then you have the field slave or the field Negro. Okay. We know that that's most of us. We out here in the fields. We out here in the streets where it's real. You know, we the builders and, you know, destroyers, the movers, the shakers. Those of us that's out here really going through it. The real underbelly that's really getting all of the debris and all of the, man, we going through it. The trenches, you know. It's nothing like those inner city blues. It's nothing like that. You know, even when you expand out to the suburbs, you might go to the rural community. The stigmas is still there. You might live in a mansion. You know what I mean? They still gonna treat you, especially if you got a little backbone. Don't let you really be standing fully on your square. They're gonna try to ostracize you and disenfranchise you. The same people that love you, they're gonna try to turn them against you, crucify you in the public, using their media, using these platforms and mainstream talking points. You know, and once they can implement groupthink effectively and alter the perception of the people in regards to you or me, then that's the beginning of the crucifixion. We know this. We know this. So in the field, it's those of us that are praying for that day where we really get salvation. You know, that sweet chariot, that mother plane, that it come down in them baby planes and set it right. We living in that day. Yeah. Yeah. We living in that time, family. Right now. Not now, right now. So I hope you ready. I hope you ain't spooked out by what I'm talking about or think I'm some wigged out conspiracy theorist. I'm not. I am the truth, by the way. That's really though. And I'm standing on this. Shout out to all of y'all in the field that know it's real. You know what I mean? We've been catching hell for years. Moving on. We know about the house nigga and the field nigga. So I ain't gonna spend too much time there. But how about the brothers and sisters who are free and they want to be oppressive themselves? They have an affinity of hatred and a complex against their own people. Yeah. So they go out of their way to sabotage situations, whether on the internal level in family or whether in corporate America in our communities, whether in congregations where we commune, wherever it may be, wherever it may be. If you got an organization big enough, it's some agents around. Keep your third eye open. Don't let that wink, blink, nor sleep. Huh? Keep your pineal lit. Please and thank you. Because it's real out here. You got brothers and sisters that have bought their way out of oppression. They've purchased their freedom. They got whatever perks and benefits at the back door. But even they going to be collateral damage when it come down to it. It's no love for you. Because they know you're not loyal to your own people. So at the end of the day, you can only be so loyal to them. They're mocking you. They laughing at you. You remember Carrie? They're all going to laugh at you. Yeah, that's you. That's you. Thinking you about to be an oppressor over the rest of us. No, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. We willing to pay with our life. You dig? And we gonna leave that one there. So with that being said, those brothers and sisters that have more access to capital, they've gained wealth, you know, they might have an illustrious career or whatever the case. Whatever makes you think that you got the juice, and then you go and you are just as oppressive, if not more destructive to your own people than the man who utilized the bullwhip in the first place. You more destructive and oppressive than the cracker. Like crack of a whip. Yeah. You worse than him and them. But you black like me. But you want me a slave under you. Okay. You'll be dealt with. Whether through the universe or through, you know, physical, you know, in real life, in real time. We all incarnate. We physical beings. Whether on the universal level where we witness your downfall and you go down with them, or whether the bell ring and we really take it there in real battle. You know, like the movies y'all love to watch. Yeah, your life is not a movie. Yeah. So to the brothers and sisters, I'm still going to give them the title brother and sister. That think that you going to be an oppressor over me and the rest of us. We shall see, said the blind man whose third eye doesn't wink, blink, nor sleep. We shall see who's going to be the oppressor and who's going to be free and we going to see. Because if you're serving oppression, eventually you will be served your own dish. Yeah. That's going to be a very interesting day. But we living in that day. We're living in that time right now. So we going to get to the last point and get up out of here. Save the best for last. Those of us brothers and sisters who are free, starting mentally, but then leveling up in life, who want to see other brothers and sisters free. Whether we fought for our freedom, bought our freedom, you know, like the old Negro spiritual say, sometimes you got to steal away. Whatever means that we leveled up and took reins and grabbed our freedom because it's ours. See, when something's yours, ain't no permission. This is mine. It's due to me. So I'm going to get it however I have to get it. The universe is going to facilitate that for me and you and us. So shout out to you, brother, sister, if you free and you trying to get the shackles off the brains of your people, off the necks, the wrists, the ankles of your people, off the hearts, the diets. Yeah. Not just your appetite as far as what you eat physically, but what you interested in. Are you loving hip-hop heads? Man, I pray for y'all that battle with stupidity, like, cause that's, man, y'all watch that and then you carry that nonsense out and that toxicity in your real life. They profit off of black misery and dysfunction. Shame on them. Shame on you if you participate, whether you're actively an actor and participate in that way, or whether you're giving it your time and feeding it your attention. You're paying it attention. Attention is the new currency, you know. Yeah. So watch what you're feeding on, physically and mentally. Shout out to you, brothers and sisters. Those of us that's out here really trying to set the people free. That's willing to pay with our life. That's willing to live, kill, and die about it. And I said it like I meant it. That's raising children. That's part of the liberation generation. Roll call. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the leaders in the liberation generation. Shout out to my son, Isaiah Amin. Love you, champ. You already know what it is. Shout out to all my children. Shout out to however. Because in the community, it take a village, right? So all these children is mine. Yeah. El Musa Ali. Yeah. Baba Ali. Yeah. Abu. When it comes to mastery of self, mastery of time, mastery of circumstances. Yeah. That's the path I'm on. That's the trail I'm blazing. And that's a path that a lot of people are scared to even talk about, think about, dream about. You might die in your sleep if you dreamed about being on this journey that I'm on. And those of us that's on this type of time, you might crumble. So don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. And I ain't going to get bent out of shape or nothing like that. It's a beautiful day. We blessed with the breath of life. and a full agenda. And I'm charged up, super lit. But I just love to draw the lines in the sand, you know, just to separate. Sometimes you gotta compartmentalize, right? And this was inspired by an incident, a conversation that I had in my personal life. I won't go too much into details of that, but it really makes you think about the 4 different types. The house nigga, the field nigga, the brother that's free or sister that wants to be an oppressor themselves, the brother and sister that's free that wants to set the rest of our people free. Shout out to you for trying to free your people. Yeah. Raise your children to do the same. Because if some of us got it, or one of us got it, some of us got it. Huh? But if only you and the twos and fews got it and the rest of us don't, none of us got it. That should be a problem with you. It's most certainly a problem with me. And to tie both points in as far as the late bloomers, because we as Black America, we've been so deprived and underdeveloped. The late bloomer and the brother or sister that want to set their people free, but they themselves are already free. You might be one and the same person, or you might be 2 different people. We got to link up. We got to blend. We got to build. We really got to merge. We really got to bring the fusion together in the most powerful way in the name of Allah. It is time. It is time. So, shout out to those in the field that know it's real. Man, those of y'all in the house, sitting behind the desk, those of y'all that, you know, are professionals and y'all are able to work from home and your job is to serve people, but you don't like to serve people. I hope you don't like choke on a chicken bone creating all this bad karma, because you are a joke. I hope you don't like slip and fall in the bathtub and just, you know, because y'all are creating bad karma. And it's so like you're mocking people that you're supposed to be serving because you think you're better. You have an affinity of hatred for your brothers and sisters. Man, you hate your mother or your father that much? You hate your baby mama, your baby daddy, your children that much? Your brother? You that jealous of your brother? You that hateful of your sister? You got that much spite in your heart? Shameful. Shameful. How dare you? Act like because you getting crumbs off the table, a piece of chicken and a butter biscuit at the back door that you better than me. I challenge you to a duel. Man, some of y'all, I would love to meet y'all in any boxing gym in America. Professionally, you know, in the organized way now. In the organized way. But we tired of y'all, you know. And on any level, whether intellectually where we have to verbally articulate and spar, or whether we just, you know, took it there. We're tired of you. We tired of y'all. So get in line, get in your proper alignment, or go out with your enemy. But some of y'all in most cases have already made your mind up. You made a pact, you made a deal with the enemy. So you get what you get. And when that day comes, which we living in it now, I'm watching the karma unfold. I be watching things catch up to people. It's very interesting. That's the real love and hip hop. That's the real sitcom. You know, all that other fool, if it's commercials attached to it, it's probably propagated. There's something wrong. They're trying to alter the perceptions of the people. So we ain't gonna waste no more time on you house niggas. You know who you are. And deep down, you know you wrong, so you know you got a price to pay. You're ready to pay Piper. To the brother and sister that you free, but you want to be an oppressor yourself. You want to be more oppressive than the oppressor. Man, you want to out devil the devil. You want to out Satan Satan. I can't wait for the day. Truly. So, those of us that are free, we know who our enemies are at home and abroad. We got to know this. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to your children. Don't be disingenuous amongst your peers and, you know, those around you. In the words of Dr. Clark, may Allah be pleased with the ancestor. I only debate my equal. All others, I teach. And I'm not exempt from learning. Because the best teachers are the best learners, like the best leaders were once the best followers. Real live. So, yeah, I'm not going to hold y'all much longer. I just wanted to ventilate my triggers as I encourage you to do the same. Shout out to everybody that's about the black dollar. Holla. More music coming. I'm probably going to drop a couple of videos on the freestyle side tomorrow. It's Friday. Tomorrow, that is. And just thank Allah for the gift of life and continue to cultivate myself and encourage others to do the same. Thank you for indulging with me this far. And the experience that I had that inspired this conversation. You know, the person that I was having the conversation with and the people I've been having this conversation with, man, I pray for y'all. And I pray for us. That's real. Because sometimes you could really love people and they might not even love themselves, so they can't love you. They can't see the God in themselves. How they gonna see the God in you? They don't have an agenda or a plan themselves, so how they gonna respect your master plan? Sometimes separation is painful, but it's so necessary. Sometimes healing is worse than the actual affliction or the injury, but it's so necessary and it's so rewarding and beautiful when you reach the other side safely. So may we continue to move forward diligently, as we pursue dry land, happiness, freedom, not emancipation and liberation. I'm talking about true freedom and real sovereignty. Yeah. Shout out to all of y'all black people that want to see the rest of your black people free, your brothers and sisters. Because mentally it starts there. Those of y'all in the field, stay strong. We coming for you. You know? And always know, that same North Star that worked for Harriet works for me and you. So, I'll say less and digress. I love y'all. Stay strong and be blessed. Shout out to the Liberation Generation. Black Dollar Entertainment, you know what it is. Assalamu alaikum to those that speak the language. We gone.